What's happening, guys? It's me, Drew, aka the Green Arrow, and this is my new introduction to Arrow Season 5.
My name is Oliver Queen. For 5 years, I was stranded on an island with only one goal: survive.
Oliver Queen is alive.
Now I will fulfill my father's dying wish to use the list of names he left me and bring down those who are poisoning my soul. To do this, I must become someone else. I must become something else.
What's happening, guys? It's me, Drew, aka the Green Arrow, and this is going to be my review on Arrow Season 5. So let's get into it. This week's episode was really about making some hard decisions. So you had the recruits, who obviously Ollie's training up to recruit and to join Team Arrow, make it more factual, make it more positive, I suppose. After Spartan and Thea and Laurel died, but the rest of them, obviously, they didn't die. But it was about him making decisions. Basically, last week, Lila came to him and said to him that basically John, who is Spartan, is in a military prison, and he doesn't want to come out. He feels that he needs to atone for his penitence and for basically killing his brother. Lila weren't happy with that, so she went and she asked Oliver, basically, can you help me break him out of prison and make him basically come home, kind of thing, but knowing if she did that he would actually be on the run for the rest of his life. But she didn't care. Obviously, she's part of Argus. So she don't really care. She can still have him come and do missions and everything else like that. But as we know, he is Spartan, so he should naturally join Team Arrow back again. So we had Oliver break into the prison with Lila to basically get John out. At first, it all went a little bit wrong because he was out on exercise and they only had a certain time window. When Ollie jumped in and broke into the actual prison, he knocked out these two guards, and within a matter of, I don't know, I think it was about 3 hours or something, these guys would have waked up again, and once they woke up, it would have been like game over for them. So he had to set a load of things in motion once he got in there. So we'll get back to the prison in a bit. In Team Arrowland, it was, they didn't want, well, not the team, but Felicity didn't want Oliver to basically break into the prison and make John a fugitive. She was like, it's not fair, let him just basically do his time. When he's ready, he'll come back, kind of thing. Ollie weren't having none of that. He was like, don't think so. So he basically didn't bring Felicity in with this plan of theirs because he knew she wouldn't go along with it. And also last week she told freaking Ragman that she was the cause of the reason why his family, friends and everyone else died. Because obviously the thing was supposed to be going to Monument Point and it didn't. It went to Bloodhaven, not Bloodhaven, it went to wherever Ragman was from, and blew up him, his family, all his friends and everything else. So he weren't really feeling coming back to the team. He was like, nah, you know what, I'm not going to come back to the team. So whilst this is all happening, they went out on a little covert exercise. This is before Ollie went to break Spartan out of prison. And each of them had their own particular thing. So obviously you had Wild Dog. Wild Dog had a gun. Artemis, she had an arrow. And Mr. Terrific, well, Mr. Terrific has got these balls. For anyone who hasn't seen them yet, he has these like balls that pretty much blow up. He throw them and they go like that, which are pretty cool. So Green Arrow told Wild Dog, basically hold back, let Artemis take the shot, take this guy down, we can take this case and take it to wherever it needs to be. Now in this case there was a problem because Tobias Church actually had that case stolen, but he had it stolen for a reason. It weren't just he stole this box, which is basically worthless. It was worthless. It had like a load of like chips, like data chips that you could get online, so it was like pretty much useless. what ends up in happening is Wild Dog takes a shot, messes up. Green Arrow has to save them, pulls an arrow, bang, shoots the guy in the leg. They end up in taking this case to a drop-off point where you end up in seeing the new district attorney again, who's going to become Vigilante, and Quentin Lance. Both of them two end up in taking it into the depot to make sure it's nice and secure. When they get there, you realise that Tobias Church is there with his crew. Like, he's there with his crew, and you're thinking, why are you here? Like, what's going on? And next thing you know, Tobias Church takes out this, like, I don't know, like, scope thing. He's looking through it. Next thing you know, that the thing that the guys delivered, the chips or whatever they were that they delivered, basically blew up. So there was a bomb inside it, and it blew up. He basically went into the armory, and he took all the weapons and then disappeared. So that was what Tobias Church did this time round. But let's go back to the flashbacks, which were pretty interesting actually. Like, so we had Ollie, who was in Russia, and you know, he's getting trained, and he's now Bratva. So he had his final task to do before they introduced him properly into being Bratva. He is a Bratva, but they wanted him to do one more task to basically be bona fide. So Ollie asked Dimitri, what is it? What is this task you want me to do? He said, well, pretty much, he throws alcohol over him and said, you've got to become a drunk person, get yourself arrested. And once you get yourself arrested, there's a guy in a holding cell who I want you to kill. Ollie asked him, why? Why do you want this guy killed? Like, what has he done to you? Dimitri's response is not to question what we do, but the end game plays out for what it is. So Ollie ends up going up to this police car, kicking it, as you do, and he ends up getting arrested. He finally gets put into a cell with this guy, and he says to this guy who he is, this guy's turned around, goes, you're Bratva, and he's gone, yeah, just sat up, and he sat next to him. He started talking to him a bit more, asked him a few more details and stuff, and the guy went really forth with him, like forthcoming, but Ollie knew that he had to kill this guy. So basically, what does Ollie do? He ends up killing this guy. Cut to the throat, to the neck, like with his hand, boom, guy goes down, guy's dead, instant. Body gets dragged out, boom. Ollie's released because obviously he was only in there for being drunk and disorderly, so they released him. Went back to Dimitri. He said to him, yes, I did what you told me to do. And he said to him, you know, it's not why you did it, it's because you can follow instructions, you know. We know that you're a valuable member, you know, and it's what the guy did to them, which you're not quite sure what the guy actually did, but the guy did something to the Bratva. So Ollie ends up taking him out, wiping him out of this planet completely. So let's jump back to Team Arrow. So Team Arrow now are in Star City on their own, because obviously Oliver's breaking out Spartan from prison. Not a problem. But one thing happens. When they go down to actually get Quentin Lance and the district attorney out of the place that Tobias Church basically blew up to steal the weapons, as they were walking down, Tobias Church throws a knife straight in the back of Mr. Terrific. Now Mr. Terrific goes down. Artemis and Ragman get him up and take him out, and Wild Dog tells him to go. He goes to fight Tobias Church, you know, because he's a veteran. He's an army veteran. He's a Navy SEAL or something, and he's gone to fight Tobias Church. Didn't go too well. Tobias Church puts on his brass knucks, and it's basically game over for Wild Dog. Wild Dog ends up getting kidnapped by Tobias Church and his gang, and says to Wild Dog, you know, if you're going to work with the Green Arrow, I'm going to make you feel some pain. Yeah, I'm going to break your spirit. I'm going to make sure that by the time we're finished, if you're not dead, you're going to be begging to die. So, you know, Wild Dog being Wild Dog is like, boy, if you release me from these cuffs right up here, you know, I'm going to come kill you. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what Wild Dog said. He said to him, if you release me, I'm going to kill you. But we know that that Oliver knows that Wild Dog has been kidnapped by Tobias Church. So we know that Oliver is going to be going after him as the Green Arrow. Obviously, he's got his team together. I reckon they're going to go after Tobias Church. They're going to take him down with all these croonies and fucking dicks and everything else. They're going to take him down, and, you know, that's going to break the point where Prometheus is actually going to come out and play properly. I reckon after that happens, that after the Green Arrow gets back Wild Dog, he takes out Tobias Church, and then suddenly you'll find Prometheus is just going to appear. Yeah? Watch that space. We also know that Artemis is an archer. Now, I don't know if you agree with me, but I reckon that Speedy is an amazing female archer. Like, my thoughts of it, I thought from season 1 that she was actually going to be Artemis, but she didn't. She ended up in being Speedy. So that didn't quite make sense, because if anyone knows the comics, Speedy is Roy Harper, and Roy is obviously Roy, who was obviously an archer as well, but they changed him from being an archer to someone else. So I thought that Thea was actually going to be Artemis, but she's not. So my hoping is that Thea trains Artemis to be the best archer. Well, best female archer, because she's really good. Like, the shot she takes is amazing. Like, she's pretty much on par with Ollie. So, like, I want her to train Artemis and make Artemis a better archer. That'd be really good. Tell me what you think. Tell me who you think should train Artemis into being a female archer. I don't reckon Ollie should do it, to be perfectly honest with you. I just reckon they should throw a little bit of a curveball and throw Thea into it and be like, Thea, you deal with this, you know, you're good, but you don't want to work with us. That's fair enough, but can you just train Artemis? I think that'd be amazing. But we'll go back to the prison to finalise the last of it. Basically, Ollie helped Spartan escape from prison with Lila's help. They did end up escaping the military prison, so they end up going from there to putting him into hiding. Now, there was only one place that Oliver could really think that no one would ever go looking for him, and that was in the base of Hive. Now, I reckon that Hive's base is going to be coming back into play, but it's going to be brought back into play by Lila and by Dougal. I reckon that that's going to become a second, rather Argus base, or it's going to be something to do with Team Arrow and another kind of form of base for them, which would be the Hive base. But let me guys know what you think in the comment sections down below. Do you think I'm right? Do you think that the Hive base is going to turn into an Argus base, or is it going to turn into another Arrow cave? Let me know what you think about Tobias Church. Do you reckon that he's going to die pretty soon and Prometheus is going to come out? Let me know who you think Prometheus is. Everyone's got a speculation who they think Prometheus is. I believe that Prometheus, I'm still edging on the side of Tommy Merlin, but I'm also open-minded for it to be Felicity's boyfriend. So they're my two choices. So let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. Let me know if you think that Ollie should or should not have let Spartan out of jail. He should have just left him there to do his time, then to come out. Let me know what you guys think about Quentin Lance being the new like deputy mayor of Star City. Was that the right choice for Oliver and Thea to make by putting him there, or was it the wrong choice? I reckon it was the right choice, because at the end of the day, they know what he's about and they know what he's capable of doing. And as I said, he was the captain, he was a detective, he's been everything. So he's the kind of guy who's got the all-round knowledge of the streets. He knows the good cops, he knows the bad cops. Let me know what you guys think as well in the comment section down below. But as always, guys, I have been your host, Drew, aka the Green Arrow. Phone's ringing. Let me start that again. I'm your host, Drew, aka the Green Arrow. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to keep you informed with all things Arrow. If you're new to the channel, guys, hit that like button so I know you guys are out there. Like I always say, if I've missed anything in the comment section down below, stick it down. We can have a little convo and a little conversation about it. But as always, guys, I'm your host, Drew, aka the Green Arrow. Straight shooting, people.